yourself, but you're going through this transition stage of moving from woman to wife. The husband goes through the same thing.
That is what I was just
You'll be dating a man, and you're like, whatever, and you're talking to him about the toilet seat, and one day, out of the blue, this man gets up, and the toilet seat is no longer an issue. This man has transitioned from man to husband.
Oh,
and
you have some hypothetically speaking. Okay,
and you have some men that are married, but they're not husbands, and that's why us women have so much problems with them. Just like you have some women that are married, but they're not wives. They have not gone through that regeneration and transformation process that moves a woman from a woman to a wife.
I agree with that to some extent. Like, for example, when I see my mother having to do all of these domestic things, she's her own boss.
Yes.
She works for herself, and then she turns around and have to cook for her husband every day.
Yes.
Those things scare me, and I'm like,
not doing that.
I was like, no, I am not, and God,
yes,
whatever man you send my way, he will have to understand that in as much as I have the ability to cook and I can cook well,
yes,
I can help myself, and I'm very good at that.
Yeah,
I am not the domesticated type that will go into the kitchen every day after work. But there are gonna be some days I don't feel like cooking, and it doesn't mean that it's not because it's because
you're not a wife.
I'm not a good wife. No,
yes,
not a good wife, because a lot of these men use these traditional measures to say you are not a good wife. Just like I have been told, and I can freely express that I'm not a good enough mother. Yeah?
Yeah.
Why am I not a good enough mother? Because there's a certain measure that has been used. But then when I hear these people,
measure.
Yeah.
The traditional
But when I hear these people say that, and I look at some of them being mothers, I'm like, but who the hell are you to come and tell me that I'm not a good enough mother? So I don't pay those things any mind. I tell you, and one of the things we have to learn to do is to communicate. To be straightforward.
Because say in the case where one of the glass houses store nuts, this man had housekeepers, but nobody could touch that man's food except his wife. So you have to know yourself and know the man you're getting involved with. You have to, and this is why the dating period is so important, because you get to understand each other's whatever that word is.
Idiosyncrasies.
They need to understand those, because those things can cause major disruptions in marriage.
Exactly.
So if he's the type of man who, if he even has 10 housekeepers, they cannot touch his food because the food was seen according to him. The food was a weapon to destroy him.
Exactly.
And the food in the wrong hand could become very destructive. And so only his wife was trusted to prepare his meals. So if you have a husband like that, no matter how rich he be, because this man was rich, no matter how rich he be, you have to get up and look about his meals. And you're the wife who is going to say that you're not into the cooking business, you don't like cooking, then that relationship will
have an
conflict.
issue. It's going to have conflicts. And this is where we go beyond looking at selflessness and selfishness.
Yeah.
And I mean, if my husband says to me, I'm talking it into being.
Speak it.
I mean, if I get married, I get married. If I don't, I don't. I will always be a bridesmaid. Don't hurry up and get married.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I said,
I've picked out the destination already, so
at
least I'm 1 foot in.
And she said she's dating 2 years now.
Well,
as I was saying, I won't even take that up with you. But right. So my train of thought, where was I? So I'm saying that God forbid me, I get my husband, and he also has to understand that I'm human, and there are gonna be times I'm tired. And you cannot get vexed with me if I decide that I do not want to fix your dinner tonight. Walk on your 2 crackers and get your belly full.
Well, I suppose if you don't have no job except to cook your husband's food,
that is a different.
What would make you tired?
No. But I'm not speaking from a place where I'm not working.
But you have to. You see, when you depends on the type of man and what is required.
So if it is that if I'm not a working woman and I'm a housewife, I don't have a problem preparing your meals.
I can see myself being a very good housewife.
You're gonna have a man taking care of you. You know these men nowadays.
I'm a very independent, sensible woman. Of course, I am very open to be taken care of. by my husband while maintaining my independence, supporting him fully, submitting fully,
So how do you,
and stimulating him.
so let me
fully.
ask you a question. So how do you be a housewife and maintain your independence?
So why you think that because I'm a housewife I'm not independent?
But no, because housewives are usually dependent on their husband to come home, bring home the dough,
Yes.
take care of the house,
Yeah.
take care of the bills,
Mhm.
and she does all the domesticated stuff that he
Okay.
needs.
But even
But
so,
that
it does
leaves
not take being a housewife depending on your husband financially. Because independence is not a financial thing. Independence is a mental strength for me.
Okay.
So I am not a doormat, even though he may be the breadwinner in the family. No, there are lots of independent housewives out there who depend on their husbands to bring home the dough, but we're still very strong, self-assured human beings who know comfortably in our identity, very aware, loving ourselves, and we love what we're doing, which is taking care of our husbands.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of modern women would not agree with you.
I'm sorry for those modern women. I'm very traditional.
You know, I listen to you and I hear what you're saying, and I'm trying to marinate that in my head space.
Yes.
Yeah, I am trying, because I have been a 24/7 mommy.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily believe, maybe if I meet the right guy, you know, but I don't necessarily believe that is a place that I would want to go back to.
Yes.
Because
to be a mother.
yes.
To giving birth.
No. Oh hell no! I loved being a mommy, and I love it.
No, I mean that's why I changed it to giving birth. Yeah.
No, but I wouldn't be. No, hell no. Who out of whose vegetable garden? Ain't nobody gonna have no more kids. I remember my
but
first
what if you meet a
experience.
man now who doesn't have kids, or he's one of those traditional men who believes that there should be a child between wife and husband. So say you get married now, and your husband, he has kids, you already have kids, but he's saying that he wants a child to make your own marriage.
So he wants to solidify the union.
What are you
with
going
a
to
child.
do?
Well, all I would say to him is that just prepare my stomach,
Yes.
because wifey still wants to look hot for her man.
Okay.
And the slippers, that
Yes.
they're gonna be longer.
Yeah.
I don't think a push-up bra is gonna help them anymore. So you know,
they would need doctor push.
They would need a little doctor to help them up. I'm not saying silicones, I'm just saying lift. You know
Doctor
what I'm
pull,
saying?
yeah, doctor
Right.
pull and
I
push.
will not put any silicones in. I don't mind balloons.
So why are
and
you
little-
bashing silicone?
No, I don't want silicones. I'm not bashing silicones.
Okay, just
if you
checking.
want to put silicones in, I
Yes.
just don't want to put anything foreign in my body.
Okay, so
Put
you're
some-
very, the old-fashioned people, let me know.
just want to have a little titty lift.
Yes.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that is all that is because you have enough of the goods.
I have
to
enough.
just, yeah,
so I
do
just
a
need it
lift.
to lift
Yes.
and the stomach to,
Yes.
you know, because I have the marks. It's not like so I have very soft skin, and it's easy for me to lose muscle in my skin.
Yes. So
Yeah.
if he's prepared to do the repair, you're prepared to do
I will pop out 10 more.
10 more. There
He
you
better
have
be a
it.
millionaire too.
Yeah.
I will pop 10 more because I love babies. I love children. They're
Yeah.
sweet. They're adorable. Until they reach maybe age 4 or 5, when the mouths start to fly, and then you have to deal with replications of who you are, and you lose your little
It's hard.
Uh-huh.
It's hard.
But but back to where we were in
Yes.
terms of the wife differing from the woman.
Mhm.
If I'm dating you, I'm dating you on the premise of 2 things. We're either gonna work or we're not gonna work.
Yes.
You understand me? And one of the things I also do, I like to give them their room and their time. So I'm not gonna be the girlfriend or the girl that you're dating that's gonna be all over you, smothering you.
No.
I am not gonna be calling you 24/7. There's some days it may sound strange, and I do that deliberately. I want you to understand that. Listen, you can call me every day if you want. We don't need to speak 24/7 because I don't think I have that much to say to you every hour on the hour for the day.
Yeah.
You
And I
understand?
suppose you both have things to do, and that's where the independence comes in.
So the
you
other
must
one,
have stuff
oh my
independent
God.
of him to do.
Listen to
and he
me.
must have stuff independent of you.
Girl,
to
listen
do.
to me.
He must have friends independent, family
earlier
independent.
this
So
year.
he's like his whole
Every
person
single
with his whole
day.
life. So it doesn't have to smudge you, smother you. Smother.
Every single day when I was dating our friend.
Yeah.
Early on in the year. Every single day, at least 20 times a day,
that can be hard.
My phone would ring. And when he couldn't get through to me, hey baby, where you at?
What you doing?
What you doing?
Who you
and
with?
He's call and he's video calling, and if he hears a male voice, it could be my brother. Yeah. If he hears any kind of baritone voice in the background.
So your girlfriend better all of Natalie.
If you heard any of that,
where are you?
Who is that in the background? Why is that guy in the background with you? And I'm like, oh my God. So if I get married, you want to totally isolate me? I'm not prepared to go through that.
Well,
and so I looked at those things and I said to myself, listen, a relationship should not also feel like you're imprisoned. It should not feel like it's a cut
and
off
that's where you
from
as
your
the woman,
social life.
an independent, sensible woman comes in. You are dating. It's a time to see where this man is going. It's a time to keep your eyes open, your ears open, and your legs locked, because you want to be as alert as possible to see where this man is leading you. Don't forget that the bus that he's driving has a buzzer. So at any point, you can ring that buzzer, that bus will come to a stop, and your legs that led you onto the bus can lead you right back off the bus.
And men will agree and say that it's not the same for women. No.
Why?
One of the things I have developed is an emotional strategy for me. As I tell everybody, when I go hard, when I love you, I go hard for you. Period. That's me. And
sensibilities go out the window.
Yes, so that feeling, that butterfly feeling,
we need to control
that is your
our
common
feelings.
sense leaving you. That is your brain.
The butterflies is your brain
is the
flying
oxygen
off.
that occupies a space in your brain so you can think
fluttering away
rationally.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? That's your common sense taking its time and leaving your body. You know, like when the death breath is on you, that last breath, right?
So that's what the butterflies.
So when I get the butterfly feeling, I just kind of fling little hot water upon it.
Yes.
And when I say hot water, I'm talking in terms of sensible mood.
Yes.
Because it's easy to lose your senses, all prevailing senses, for someone that you will go hard, you will dive deep, right? So at the end of the day, for me, I want to know that I'm preserving me for me.
Yes.
So I'm always in the mode. I put on the switch on and the switch off button. It is not the easiest thing to do, but over the years, for quite some time, I've mastered it. You understand?
Well, you we get better at being daters, better at becoming girlfriends, better in relationships, and better at being wives. Because if you're not learning from your experiences and your friends' experiences, then you're always going to be back at square one.
And that is why, guess what happens?
Yeah.
So where men think that when a woman has sex with you, she's done, meaning you have no conquered her.
Yes.
Sex doesn't conquer me that way. It doesn't. It could be the greatest, the most mind-blowing sex I've ever had in my
keeping
entire
your emotions in check.
My wall of emotions are in check. And let me tell you what makes that different. When there's a genuine energy between you and I, there is a connection that I feel. And there is one that, excuse me a second, let me just get this, because you know I have an appointment.
Yes, so we could cut here and start again. Because this is 39.